Hi everyone, I love chocolate chip cookies. So today I am making a chocolate chip cookie pizza. All right, we're gonna make a nice big round one. It's nice and easy and you just do it all in one shot. It's soft and chewy. If you like your cookies that way, that's how I like mine. And this is it. And I'm using milk chocolate chips because, well, I like those, but you could always sub out the others. And we're using, no white sugar. I'm using date paste and some coconut sugar, and we're gonna be using almond flour and a little bit of coconut flour. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm gonna show you all the details right after our chef joke. So we're gonna start off with our chef joke. Here it is, and we're gonna have another one a little bit later, so stay tuned. What do you call a metric cookie? A graham cracker. All right. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in this recipe is an ingredient called tahini. Are you familiar with it? It is basically roasted sesame seeds that have been grinded up into a paste. So it kind of looks like peanut butter, actually. And what this does, this ingredient is great in this because it adds moisture to our cookie. We don't want a dry cookie, right? And when you use almond flour, sometimes you end up with a dry cookie. Well, this is going to prevent that. So next we're going to add our butter, which has been sitting out and is soft. So that way it'll blend up nice and easy. And I'm using Kerrygold butter here, it's pasture raised. Now my next sweetener that I'm gonna add to this is date paste. Now some of you have seen my other videos where I use date paste, and I have one that shows you how to make it. But basically all you have to do here is just take some pitted dates, I got mine at Costco, and toss them into a small saucepan. We're only gonna use a quarter of a cup here. Cover it with water. Bring it to a boil, let it simmer for like 15-20 minutes max, turn off the heat, let it cool, throw it in your blender with just a little bit of the liquid. You want it nice and thick, like this is, and let that cool, and you've got date paste you can use for lots of things. You can use it for your breakfast, your oatmeal, you can put it in smoothies, anything you want to sweeten. So before we continue on with the recipe, I want to take a moment just to prepare our pan and show you how we're going to do that. I have a 9-inch round pan here, and I have some parchment paper. And I just have set the pan on top, and I'm just going to trace the paper, and then I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to go on the inside of the line so it'll fit inside the pan. And then I'm going to take a little bit of coconut oil. You can use whatever you want, but I like to use coconut oil. You can put a little bit on the bottom, but you don't really need to. I'm just going to do the sides a little bit so that it doesn't stick to the sides. I'm just going to rub it in. And my oven is preheating to 350 degrees. So that's all ready to go. Okay, so back to our butter, tahini, and date paste. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing it to combine it. Now I'm going to add the coconut sugar to this so it can start to dissolve. Then we're going to add some vanilla extract. And I'm going to add the eggs. Now I'm adding 1 egg, and I'm going to add 1 egg yolk. And then we're going to really give this a good mix. So here's another chef joke for you. Why was the cookie so sad? Because his mom was away for so long. So in a smaller bowl, I have my almond flour here, and to that I'm going to add the coconut flour, baking soda. You can get all the ingredients down in the description for this, and some salt. Now I use salted butter in the creamed part, and so I'm using a half a teaspoon of salt here, but if you're going to use unsalted butter, then you would probably want to add maybe another half a teaspoon of salt to this mixture. Give this a nice toss, and then we're going to add this to our wet mixture. Now I'm going to give this a mix one more time before I add that. Now I'm going to add the flour a little bit, or maybe half, the first half, and then mix it up. And then add the second half as you get going. Once you get that mixed in, add your chocolate chips. I add about a cup. Sometimes I add a little bit more, it just depends on my mood. So feel free to add as much as you want. You can add some nuts to this if you'd like, or maybe even put them on top. I'm going to add a few more chocolate chips just because I love my milk chocolate chips. That looks about right. It's probably about a cup more. All right, and then we're going to add this to our pan. And then you're just going to want to push this into the pan all the way to the edges. So this is going in the oven, like I said, 350 degrees for 20 minutes. I pulled this out of the oven at 21 minutes and checked it with a toothpick, and it came out nice and clean, and so that means it's done. So take a knife and go around the edge to loosen the pie, and then we're going to cut it into pizza-sized slices. Now remember, you want to let this cool at least 20 minutes before you start slicing into it. So I'll put the tray on top and flip the pizza pie over, and it should come right out. Now to get it right side up, I'll place a plate on top and flip it over one more time. And now it's ready to serve. Ah, look at this. I'm going to take a taste. Look at these chocolate chips in there. Boy, I tell you, I love these cookies, especially right out of the oven. Nice and warm, chewy, soft, delicious, you know, just the right amount of sweetness and that caramel flavor. Just delicious, guys. Got to try this. If you'd like to try another chocolate chip cookie recipe of mine, I have one for you made with chickpeas. If you've never tried it, you want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link right over here. Click that, check it out, make it, and let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and leave me a comment. See you next time.